I don't really like survival games. The only ones that I can think of that I've actually enjoyed are The Forest, which is only fun if you have a friend to piss off the whole time, and Subnautica, which is what this video's about. I played a few hours of Subnautica for the first time a few months ago and nothing really came of it. It didn't stand out to me, and I moved on to other games pretty quickly. But it wasn't until I started playing it again recently that I actually started enjoying it, so much so that this video exists. However, this video isn't just here to praise the game. No, I have some issues with it that I'd like to share with you that I don't really think have been talked about much before. Subnautica is one of the most immersive and interesting experiences I've ever had in a video game. I loved every bit of the environments, the sound design, the story, but I also found myself feeling a bit frustrated and annoyed with the game. We need more batteries and more silicon rubber, which means we need more copper, which is going to be fucking hell. But first, here's a word from our sponsor. Me. It's me, the sponsor's me.
This is Cruelty Squad, created by Ville Callio under the studio name Consumer Soft Products Limited. Now, not much is known about the company or the myth.
Detecting multiple Leviathan-class life forms in the region. Are you certain whatever you're doing is worth it?
This is Subnautica, quite possibly the most frightening game that I cannot stop playing. The simple but effective horror of this clip is pretty visible when just a small voice line causes me to run the fuck home. Not to say that I couldn't have kept going, though I didn't fancy those chances of survival. Or earlier when I was trying to get to an island behind the crashed ship to find myself in the wrong place and getting me and my sea moth obliterated by the first Reaper Leviathan I'd encountered ever. What's interesting about Subnautica now, however, strangely, is how similar it feels to Iron Lung at times. Now, if you don't already know, Iron Lung is a horror game made by an American game developer, David Szymanski. The objective of the game is to navigate to each of the points you're shown on the map using a very traditional and basic control system, along with a map that doesn't show your location, instead having to rely on XY coordinates that your ship provides on its console, and take photos of landmarks you discover using the camera button on the back of your submarine. The similarity of these games comes in the deep exploration segments of Subnautica, especially when using the Seamoth or the Cyclops. These segments give you as the player a terrifying sense of claustrophobia and anxiety and really give the game the horror status many people believe it has. And the crazy part of all this is that I'm really not massively afraid of the sea in real life. I'd never personally go any deeper than just my legs, and I think it's creepy, but I don't have like thalassophobia or any major under the sea fears. What gets me about Subnautica though is the times where you have no idea where you are or what might be happening. Times like when I got lost behind the Aurora, or other times like this where I suddenly realized that the seafloor had just vanished and the sound had gone silent. It didn't take me long to realize where I was. Putting aside the horror though, Subnautica is a beautiful game. It's amazing how each biome gives such a distinct feeling from visuals alone, from the harmonious reefs of safe shallows to the menacing orange mist of the crash site. They're also unique from each other, some feeling safe, some feeling terrifying, and some even being slightly deceiving. Moreover, I love the way Subnautica's survival system works. Sure, it's got issues, of which I'm sure I'll rant about shortly, but the basic structure of the game's survival system has me completely hooked. And I love the gameplay loop of wanting to do something, so going out and finding the things to do that, and then while you're doing that, you come up with something else. Oh my god, you can do this too. And so you do that, and then you go back to the original thing, and then more and more and more things pop up, and it's just an amazing gameplay loop of always having something to do, and it's what makes this game so addictive. So now I've discussed why I love this game, I'm gonna rant.
I don't like the UI. I think it's clunky and slow, and there'll be times where I want to use a specific item, but it's not on my hotbar, so I'll enter my inventory, which takes about 74 years of animations, and then drag the item I want to use to my hotbar and close it again, which adds another 35 years. But then I realize, for fuck's sake, this isn't what I wanted. I dragged the wrong thing, because the laser cutter and the repair tool look identical. So now I have to spend another 109 years just to finally get the tool I want, and now because I've taken so long, I need to swim back to my sea shit. That's not an insult, that's just what my sea moth is called, for oxygen. And for fuck's sake, my sea glider's died, because the capacity is the equivalent to a button battery. So because I don't have a battery charger yet, I need to get more copper, which takes a millennia, because I've already looted the copper in my area, so I have to slowly and surely swim my way about 200 meters out from my base just to find a single limestone outcrop. Okay, finally I've found one now. For fuck's sake, it's titanium! Yeah, so you can probably now understand my frustration. Some of it is definitely me just being a bit lazy. They're all problems that I don't really struggle with in similar games. Like in Minecraft, for example, if I need to go back for an item that I forgot, I can just sprint jump back, easy. In Subnautica, I have to swim for like 30 seconds to a minute just to get back, then I have to wait for the entry animation to finish to sprint halfway across my base to realize that I don't have the item I need where I thought it was. And oh shit, it's in my one-eyed shit. Again, that's just what I call the Cyclops. So now I have to wait through another 25 hours of animations to finally get my Cyclops storage and get the item I want, and then I have to make my way all the way back. I mean, this wouldn't be an issue if it only happened rarely, but my god, what a world it would be if it did. No, this basically happens every single time I want to do something in this game. If not exactly, then in a similarly frustrating manner.
And they'll go into the my problems with Subnautica video 100%.
And it's the reason my playthrough is so far 13 hours long. If this shit didn't happen, it'd be about 3. These issues I have with the game don't ruin the experience, but they slow down the progress made to a crawl, especially if you're trying to be fast or you've lost progress and had to repeat things. Like when my game file for some reason corrupted just after I finally got the Cyclops, and well over an hour after collecting resources, the game just sent me back to before I even started thinking about it. That one killed me, I'm not gonna lie. But despite all of this, would I call Subnautica bad? No. And despite my various issues with the game, I'm glad I can still end this video on a positive note by saying that Subnautica is an amazing experience. It's scary, thrilling, and relaxing all at once. It may not be a perfect video game, but its environments, its mechanics, its sound design, and its story are all absolutely incredible. And I cannot wait for Subnautica 3, baby. Let's go!